Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Let's talk about making love. Hey. Hey, y'all. What's up? It's your girl, Nola Darling, back again with another Cuts Above the Rest. So, as y'all can hear the song, you know what? Every time y'all come to my story times, I'm always going to have a song playing for you because the song aligns with the topic of the story time. With that being said, story time with Nola Darling today is part 1 of my first catfish experience, y'all. Now, it happened twice. But the first time was successful. The second time, please, it took me 4 hours to decrack that code. Anyways, so I'm about to take y'all way back into time. You know when that song, that part of the song comes on for that Blackstreet song. Anyway, so I'm about to take y'all back to 2003. When everything was so amazing in my life. I was super young. I want to say I was 20, going on 21, because my birthday is at the end of the year. So I'm like, I get to spend the entire year in that chapter. So I was 20 going on 21. And I remember that there was really no dating sites. It was an embarrassment back then to say or to admit that you was on a chat line or the hotline or Yahoo Messenger, or that you met somebody on Facebook. Not Facebook, MySpace was around. Black Planet, Yahoo Messenger, the chat line, the hotline, depending on what area you were in. And then there was, I want to say eHarmony was around back then, but I'm not 100% sure. But it was an embarrassment back then to tell somebody that, oh, I met her or him on a chat line. Online dating was on the phone. But there was no Tinder, there was no POF, there was no OkCupid, there was no Christian Mingle. There was Milko Space, I think. There was no Tag, there was no Facebook has a dating site now. There was none of these things, right? There was no apps, and technology wasn't as popping as it is now. So I used to call this chat line or hotline called Live Links. And I think the way that I found out about Live Links was one of those nights where you up late and you see those commercials and it came on. How Live Links works is you call this like main 800 number and it gives you your local number based on your zip code. I put my zip code in and it gave me my local number. I'm about to call it right now as we speak, so I can let y'all hear what it sounds like. Anywho, the way it goes is you hear this voice come on and say, welcome to Live Links. And then they give you all these instructions. I'm gonna see if the numbers still work, because it's been a very long time. Let's call Live Links. And I got my speaker on so you guys can hear it.
Welcome to Live Links. For English, press 1. Para español, oprima 2. Welcome back to Live Links. Live Links is for callers 18 and over. If you're under 18,
disclaimer.
Guys, press 1 to talk to women. Women, press 2 to talk to guys. It's always free for women. If you have a membership, please enter
That's
it now.
the gag.
To learn how a free membership can improve your time online or to sign up now, press 1. If you're ready to go online, press 2. To go to the main menu, press pound. Now you can choose which language you want to chat in. For English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2. To repeat these choices, press 9. To leave the live connector, press pound. You need to record a greeting to introduce yourself to the other callers. First, let's record the name you want to use. After the tone, record just your first name.
Cha-cha.
Now let's record your greeting.
Okay, so back then it didn't say all that extra stuff where you can chat in English or Spanish. It was either you were just chatting with however many guys was in the room. So as y'all heard, you got to say your name, and then afterwards you give a like a description of what you look like, what you're looking for, and stuff like that. So I used to call it all the time. As you see, I still remember the phone number. I don't call it no more because listen, we done upgraded now, honey. We have all these different avenues to meet somebody. Anywho, you know what's funny? If a guy approached me in person, I'd be like, how can I help you? I'm more comfortable with them approaching me online. Isn't that weird how things just reverse? Whatever. Not because I'm insecure, but it's just, I don't know. I guess I'm used to the online thing now, and I feel like the online thing kind of cuts that tension, and I don't know. Anyways. So, I met Antonio. Yes, he said his name was Antonio, and that really was his name. Antonio lived like 45 minutes away from me. You know what? I don't remember what we used to call Catfish back in the days before the TV show came out. But whatever we used to call it, that's what he did to me. So we're going to call it Catfish for the sake of that's what it's called today. So when I first met him on there, you know, we linked up because when you send somebody an invite, because what you do is you listen to all the greetings. And as you're listening to everyone's greeting, everyone can hear your greeting. And then you push a button to say if you want to send that person just a message, a flirt, or if you want to send them an invite to chat with you. And then as that person is listening to your greeting or your invite, they can listen to your greeting to see whatever description you gave of yourself is something that they're interested in. Now, if they want to chat with you, they'll say, this person is ready to connect. Say hi. That's how the lady voice sound, as y'all heard. And if the person is not ready to connect with you, it says, this caller is not ready to connect. There are 50 English speaking men in the chat room, and you just keep on going. So we liked each other. What we heard, I gave the God's honest description of me and talked about me a little bit, and then he told me, or his greeting was, he was tall, athletic, light skinned, you know, whatever, didn't have any kids, all these things. Now I connected with this guy based on that because that's what I'm attracted to. And I think we must have talked on the phone for like, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months before I kept pushing for us to link up. Now, mind y'all, this is back in the days where there was no way to video chat. There was no sending messages through text messages. This was back in the day when your minutes weren't free before 9 o'clock. So if somebody called you before 9, y'all was paying a fat ass phone bill. And then that was when AT&T used to give them Nokias away like hotcakes. It was a like navy blue one. And the most excitement that you got from that phone was that you were able to switch out your different cases and customize your case. And then play that stupid snake game and make the snake grow, whatever. Dang, we came a long way. And so the excitement for me back then, you know, before I knew what heartbreak was and love wasn't, and I had this smoke screen on about this fairy tale, you know, romance and love and things like that. That was in those times when I still believed in all that crap. So the excitement for me was to come home from work at night. I would light my candles, play my Joe Mama's Quiet Storm, and I would be caking on the phone with him all night. I mean, we talked about everything under the sun, favorite music, favorite movies, you know, childhood memories and what we have in common and, you know, what we want in our future, like everything. And then I used to say, hey, let's link up, let's meet up. And he would give me so many excuses, like I had to go to work, or I have to work out, or I play semi-pro football and blah, 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 blah. I had to do something for my family. So one day I was like, you know what, if we don't link up, I don't want to talk to you no more. And so he was like, okay, no, I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose your friendship and da-da-da-da. So fine, let's meet up. Okay. So he was like, choose a place. I'm like, okay, Starbucks, because I was crazy for Starbucks back then. I'm like, okay, let's meet up at Starbucks so so I can go to work afterwards. So Starbucks was the spot to meet up. Now, I'm driving to go meet up with him, and then all of a sudden he's calling my phone. I didn't answer the first few times because I'm like, I don't want to answer because my minutes ain't free till 9. Now, I don't remember if back then, if somebody called you before 9 if the penalty was yours or theirs or both or whatever. Anyway, I ended up eventually answering, and he was like, hey, my car broke down, can you come meet me? I was kind of skeptical, like, oh my god, what if he's setting me up? I'm like, we lived 45 minutes away from each other, so in them 2 or 3 months there was no reason why we shouldn't have linked up already. Well, I was like, okay, where are you? So he told me where he was. Now, to get from the town where he lives, there's a bridge you have to go over. At the bottom of that bridge, coming into the county where I live, there's a hotel. Coincidentally, his car breaks down in front of it. So it was these people, I guess, driving, who saw him break down, who helped him push his car into the parking lot of the hotel. So he tells me what color car he's driving. I told him what color car I was driving, which was a navy blue 2003 Ford Focus, driven freshly off the showroom floor. 0 mileage. Ooh, I miss those days. Anyway, my mama co-signed. That's when A1 credit was A1. My credit was A1, so was hers. But because I was fairly young and didn't have any credit really established, even though I had good credit, I still needed her. My mama spoiled me, y'all. Anywho, so I get to the hotel, I pull into the parking lot. I'm looking for him, but I see his car. I'm like, okay, there's a white car just sitting there in the parking lot, but it's not actually in the parking spot. So I'm looking for him, but I see this big ass black guy. And when I say black, I mean dark. Not that there's anything wrong with dark skin people, I'm just saying that's not how he describes himself. So I'm like, okay, I don't see him. I'm all right, so maybe he go inside. I pull up to the lobby. I go inside the lobby, and the front desk attendant was standing there. So I'm like, oh, hi, I'm looking for my friend. You know, he's supposed to meet me here. I described exactly what he looked like and his name. She was like, no, I haven't seen anyone who fit that description come in here. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, hey, can I use your phone, because, you know, I'm in a turn for you till 9, blah, blah, blah. So I pick up the phone to call him. And I looked outside because I'm like, yo, where can he possibly be? But I see this big dude pacing. So he's pacing in the sense like, wait, that was her. Like, ask himself, was that her? It is her. So as I'm calling, I see him answer his phone. So I'm like, instantly my heart dropped. I was like, now, I was super young back then. So when I tell you I was so superficial, not only that, you caught me off guard, dude. That ain't what you described yourself as. So I hurry up and hung up the phone and give it back to the lady so that I could run outside and meet up with him before he come inside, because I don't want to be embarrassed and they see me with dude. So I walk outside and he's like, Regina? I'm like, Antonio. He was like, yeah. I'm like, you lied to me. And I'm like, ooh. He was like, yeah, I know, man, I apologize, I'm sorry, you know, people always judge me, and girls don't be wanting to talk to me, so I felt like if I would have told you what I really look like, we would have talked. And in my mind, I was like, you goddamn right, like, you're not even my type, dude, like, we would never have made it this far. So I'm pissed off at this point, but I don't say anything. The way that I can describe him was, he must have been like 6'2", I'm 5'7". Dude was huge. I mean, maybe he was like, I want to say close to 400 pounds, maybe more. I don't know. He was humongous. He had on like this white tee with long denim jeans. You know, that was back in the day when Chingy and all of them came out. So that was the fashion. That was the style. And then he had on some sneakers, but his ankles were so big and ashy, like it overlapped the sneakers. So I'm like looking at him up and down, and I'm making a mental note. His head was shaped like Gumby. A lot of people don't know who Gumby is nowadays. I'm aging myself, huh? Whatever, I'm 36. I don't give a damn. Like, if you know who Gumby is, his head was shaped like Gumby. If you don't know who Gumby is, Google it. But he kept explaining himself to me, and I was so mad that I kind of blocked out half the things he said. But I'm like, yeah, what happened with your car? And he was like, oh, my car broke down. I think it needs a new radiator because it was overheating and it started smoking. I'm like, okay. So he was, and then so he told me his brother or his cousin was coming to pick him up or somebody like that. I'm like, okay, cool. So he was like, well, I mean, if you want to give me a ride home so we could at least talk and get to know each other as you take me home, that's cool too. I was like, no, you know what? I'm already super late for work. So I have to go, but I, if they coming to get you, then okay. The real reason I didn't want to give him a ride, you guys, was because I thought he was gonna break my freaking seats. He was huge. How I was gonna explain it to my mom? He was huge. But I had already called my job and told him I was gonna be about 30 to 45 minutes late. So, but he didn't know that. So, but before, we decided to link up, he was like, yo, when I finally see you, I'm gonna pick you up and give you a big bear hug and spin you around. I'm like, yeah, I would love that. He was like, I can't get no hug. Remember I told you I was gonna pick you up? I was like, no, I really don't like to be picked up. I'm kind of like, scared of heights and giving excuses. He was like, can I at least get a hug? I was like, okay. So I gave him this side church friend hug thing. And then he was like, I'm gonna hear from you later. I'm like, yeah. So I'm lying. I get in the car and I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry because not only did you lie to me, but I felt so hurt. And now there was this void in me now because you lied to me about what you look like. And I'm trusting you and basing everything on, damn, not only are we connected on a different type of level, but physically, we're each other's types and stuff. So that enhances the connection and the chemistry. But you lied. So I'm like, now I can't bypass what he really looked like because that's not my type. So it didn't even matter that we connected mentally, because now how I'm gonna believe that everything you said to me was really factual? How am I gonna trust that you didn't feed me bullshit based on who I said I was and what I like because you were trying to get me to like you? Now I can't trust you. So forget the fact that I'm being superficial. Like, you lied. So how can I trust you now? And I can't even have a conversation with you under that same guise no more of imagining that this is who I'm talking to, because whatever. So later on, I get home and he texted. He was like, can we talk? I was like, sure. I tried so hard to say maybe I imagined that he looked like that, but he really doesn't. I'm like, And he was like, I'm sorry I lied to you. And I'm like, how often do you do this? And why did you make up that description? Turns out that he described his cousin to me, and half the things he told me about himself was about his cousin. I was like, yo, let me hit your cousin up, just being mean. But you basically made me fall for your cousin that don't know about me and I've never seen. So a part of me was like, I fell for your cousin, so I might as well talk to your cousin. But I cut him off. I stopped talking to him because it wasn't the same no more. Like, I tried to give him conversation a few times after that, and it just wasn't working because, bruh, it can't never go nowhere. And I know that's what you're pursuing. And I'm like, we're never going to hang out. We're never going to be more than nothing. You know what I mean? So I just cut him off, and I was so hurt. But not hurt enough to where I didn't go back on to live links. This time, I used to be like, if you're local, we meet up ASAP. Or if they were in Tampa, I would be like, let's meet up immediately so I can make sure you are who you say you are, or that we like each other. Let's get that on out the way so that we can move past it and get to know each other for real. If I knew MTV was going to have a TV show like this, I would have been and told them, listen, it wouldn't have been called Catfish, because I don't know what we would have called it. Bamboozled, hoodwinked, you lied. I don't know what we would have called it, but it wouldn't have been called Catfish. But had I known, that you could have made a TV show out of things like this, because the stuff that people go through nowadays, we've been going through back then. I'm like, damn, but whatever. I haven't ever catfished anybody on purpose, I guess, because you could kind of catfish somebody while sitting right in front of them, because you can lie about who you are, what you do, or what you have going on for yourself. You're lying. That's what a catfish is. You're being deceptive, and you're creating this whole perception of somebody that you are that you really truly aren't. So I guess that's, a catfish as well. I mean, we've all done it where we lied to the guy or the girl that we're with to see what the reaction is. Or I remember I was dating this guy, and I had my cousin call him and tell him that I was in a real bad car accident and I was in a coma to see, if he really cared for me and stuff. It was hilarious. I wouldn't ever do something like that nowadays, but... And then you see people be pranking each other nowadays by doing stuff like that. Oh, if I would have known, listen, Sidebar, if I could take like a composition book and write down all these things and go back to my 14-year-old self and say, hey, this is going to happen. Pay attention to this book. Keep it to yourself, to your mom, to invest in IBM and Apple, Amazon, Google. There's going to be this site that come out called Facebook and da-da-da. I would do it. I would so do it. Anyways, that was my first catfish experience, you guys. Woo! Stay tuned for part 2, because in part 2, baby, listen, the TV show had already came out, so I was already up on game. We had camera phones and all these things. It took me 4 hours to decode that shit. Dude lied and said he was an NFL football player and everything. I even called the NFL headquarters. I have screenshots of Facebook messages that I sent to the actual football player that he lied and said he was. But y'all gonna have to catch that on part 2 of my catfish experience. And this has been Story Time with Noluh. Story Time with Noluh. Hey, 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 hey. Spam up the comments and tell me what y'all think. Tell me your experience. Have you ever got catfish before? And I want y'all to tell me, because I use the word like a lot. Like a lot. See, I just did it. I want to know a new phrase I could substitute like with, or switch it out with, instead of saying like, and I was like, and he was like, and then like, and I was like, because I don't even know when I'm doing it until I do it. And I'm like, see, I just did it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me on my Story Time with Noluh today. And I will see y'all next time with another cut, because what? I am above the rest. Deuces.